When we want to improve the quality of our lives, we think in terms of we want better health, maybe better relationships, maybe a better career, or maybe a better lifestyle. Maybe we want to get a better house. But eventually, the end result of all of that improvement is to allow ourselves to experience positive feelings, right? We want to feel good about that relationship. We're always saying, I will be happy when I have that car, let's say, or I will be happy when I have that house. I will be happy when I'm in love. I will be happy, where we are relating our happiness and the quality of our lives to all of these conditions. And so, like I said, the end result is for us to feel good. And so, our emotions are really the background music in our lives. They are the most powerful driving force behind, our thoughts, our behaviors, our actions. Everything that we do is because at some point we want to feel good. We work because we want to feel successful. We want to have that financial independence, the financial freedom. We want to, improve our health because, we will feel good about how much we will enjoy life when we have that better health. And so it is really, our emotions are really that effective in our lives. They have that big effect on us in our lives. And so to improve the quality of our experience in all of these areas, it starts with our emotions. And so this one thing that is going to really improve the quality of your life is learning emotional regulation techniques and raising your emotional resilience. This is something that, studies have talked about, and I have myself experienced in my clients as well. Let me tell you this story about what's been happening recently in my country. I'll just have a sip of coffee. So we all know, this chaos with the pandemic all around the world and what it has created, the poor life conditions for pretty much everyone, how stressful it was. For me, that kind of stress started way before the pandemic, way before Corona outbreak. The situation in my country was and still is deteriorating to a great extent, but I was able to keep on showing up for my business, for myself first, and for the people that I serve at my best performance, only because I had, previous to that event, that negative event, I had built my own emotional resilience. Using emotional regulation techniques, science-based tools and techniques that work at the level of the nervous system. And so because of I have invested so much time and so much energy into building my emotional resilience, it pays off. And it pays off at the times that I needed it the most. And so this is how I got to see how important this was for me, how this has drastically changed, actually improved the quality of my life. Because hadn't I built that resilience, I would be, feeling under the mercy of my emotions. I would be feeling under stress with pretty much every event that's happening, and this will hinder my progress in my business and in my relationships, in pretty much everywhere. Imagine if you're constantly experiencing negative emotions, if you're constantly under stress, how are you going to show up in your work or in your relationships? not at your best, that is for sure. And so learning emotional regulation techniques is going to help you build that emotional resilience, so that this is going to contribute to all of the other areas in your life. It's not only about, knowing what to do in a certain situation, or I'm experiencing right now, let's say, negative emotions, and now I know what to do about that, and that's not what emotional resilience is exclusively about. It is going to change you on the inside, so that you're always giving your best in life, in everything that you do. And so the change starts on the inside out. You're no longer waiting for that perfect thing to happen, so that you feel good about yourself, you feel good about your life. You actually take your power back from all of these events, all of the outer circumstances, because that feel good state, that balanced emotional and mental state, starts from within you, regardless of what's happening on the outside. This does not mean at all, this is something that I have to make clear, when you build your emotional resilience, it does not mean that you stop experiencing negative emotions. That's not true. The moment where you stop experiencing a negative emotion as a result of a negative event, then that is something not healthy. And that is not what emotional resilience is about. Emotional resilience is about having calmer reactions to triggers. When you're able to bounce back from a challenge with a shorter time, with the least casualties on your mental, emotional well-being, on your relationships, and on your performance at work. And when you're able to maintain that clarity of thought amidst that challenging time, you're able to maintain your ease, your composure amidst these stressful events. This is what emotional resilience is really about. And learning emotional regulation techniques is what is going to help you build that. And this is what I help my clients with throughout my coaching program. I teach them science-based tools and techniques that speak the language of your nervous system. Tools that are designed, that are engineered to heal your nervous system at a deep level, so that your nervous system can give you these calm reactions to triggers, so that you're able to bounce back from all of these challenges that you go through. Sometimes you will notice that certain triggers just disappear. They don't really disappear in themselves. It's just your reaction to these triggers is going to shift tremendously. And so if you're able to intelligently manage your emotions with the use of emotional regulation techniques, you're able to positively affect every area of your life. Because, like I said, our emotions are really the background music to our lives. They affect the way we show up in pretty much every area in our lives, right? So if you're interested in learning emotional regulation techniques, if you're interested in healing your nervous system from your past negative experiences, your past traumas, if you're interested in expanding your nervous system's capacity to support you in the way you show up in your work, in your relationships, in everything that you do, then I invite you to connect with me through a free strategy session that you can book through the link in my bio, and this will lead you to my scheduler, where you can pick your preferred time to book that session. And during that session, I will give you all the guidance you need, so that you know where to start working, what you need to start working on in order to release the emotional baggage from your nervous system, so that it is capable of giving you its optimal performance. And that is what these techniques that I teach, they allow the body, all of the systems within your body, to give you their best performance, their optimal performance. And all of this is science-based. You know, this is not just me saying something catchy. So I would love to connect with you. You can also DM me if you want to learn more about these techniques. And I also invite you to join my Facebook group, Women Reclaiming Feminine Power. You can search for that in Facebook, Women Reclaiming Feminine Power. And in that group, I have a free 1-hour masterclass where I talk about how you can intelligently manage your negative emotions and raise your emotional resilience. I talk more about the root cause of some of our negative emotions and how we can regulate those and build our emotional resilience. And also, if you want to learn how to tap into your feminine power, how to connect to your unique feminine essence and to express that essence through everything that you do, this is also part of my coaching, and I would love to tell you more about it. So let's connect over a free discovery session, or you can always DM me. Thank you to everyone who has joined me on this live, who watched this live, and to everyone who's going to watch this recording. If you have any questions about anything that I talked about, don't hesitate to leave them in the comments for me or DM me with your questions. Thank you, and I'll see you in the next live.